Hello, hello, this is Pixie, driving along as we usually do. What would I like to talk about today? Let's see, yeah, I think there's a lot of stuff to do with potentially Nibra or something. It's very orange skies at night. I'm still trying to figure out why I look so orange in certain places, you know, like trying to look for actual cause, because I don't want to obviously assume that just because you see something bright in the sky, it's going to be the sort of like most far out conclusion you can come to. Put any sort of terms into that, or you know, because there's so much information. You go on the internet, you're getting people say, "Oh, it's a hoax." But there will be a blue beam. There'll be some blue beam project, and there'll be some fake nuclear missile, and it's going to start a nuclear war. It's all dread and gloom. It's like the human species loves disaster. They need to really focus on the positives. If you get too bombed out with negative media, just switch off from it, because at the end of the day, you've got to live a life where you're not going to go mad. I mean, the thing is, you might actually go crazy before you actually even get killed. That's probably what's going to happen. People's minds are going to be full up with all this stuff. When something does happen, they're going to go into some sort of overload mode, and then you'll get the boots on the ground military just scooping everyone up, put them into trailers like they're dumb sheep, and basically they will be into a certain level because they don't know how to cope, they won't know how to function, they'll be freaking out. So it's all about getting them skills in place as well, skills to cope, skills to deal with things. You know, you don't need a degree to learn first aid or some survival skills. Practical thinking, understanding things like fasting. Something I've done a little bit of fasting, intermittent fasting. Basically, when you go from your sleep and you wake up in the morning, you don't want to have any sort of sugary drinks. You could have a cup of tea, a cup of coffee. Better if it's black or a little milk in it. You know, you have your water or whatever. If you're kind of addicted to things, then you've got another issue to look at as well. Like, you know, some people say they can't have green vegetables, or I don't know, things like that, which doesn't make any sense at all. It's all psychological. Someone's got them kind of hang-ups. You know, can't eat a runner bean because I might be sick, but I can eat some chopped up animal, so that's fine. Stuff like that. Yeah, so anyway, so basically your body will be in a mode from the previous night where it should be eating its own calories and cleansing itself and doing things like that. All you're doing is extending that period of time, so you burn some of your fats. People say about the ketosis, yeah, I felt some stuff. You feel like a warm sensation in your muscles and sort of around where your belly fat might be, you know. Only the thing is that with intermittent fasting, you need to have a reason why you're doing it. If you're pretty skinny as it is and you just have pretty self-conscious issues with yourself, no, it's not a good idea really. You have to look at the other problems that make you feel the way that you do, you know. If you're sort of over 30, maybe you're 40, and you're starting to put on a lot of weight, well, especially if you're a bloke, anyway, put it around the midsection, you think, well, I can't go on a date with anyone, because not unless they're overweight, because I don't think they'll actually want to hang around with a bloke who's overweight. We have, there's always a level of superficial behaviour in the human species, you know, we might not say there is, but people, there's basically their prime directive or their prime motivators. They seek out to better themselves at some level, and they are not really going to be attracted to certain vulnerabilities. I mean, there are some people that have just got a lot of character, I guess, but they're just quite big guys, and I don't think people will look for a relationship long term with somebody who's quite hefty, not unless they're into. There's got to be a reason. There's got to be something they value in that person beyond with his weight, I guess, or something. So that's one issue, and yeah, so basically it's not a bad method of weight loss, because otherwise you'll find that you can put on loads of weight. I mean, I can put on muscle, I can put on weight. I've got one of these dysmorphic bodies that are basically a merger of two body types, and so I'm strong, but I'm also, so I've got, like say, you got your thin muscular legs and muscular shoulders, but also you can put on weight around your midsection, so it's kind of like, oh great. So basically I'm built like a troll or something. So yeah, this technique, it does work though, it does work. So what you do is extend your period before you eat. Usually you need some minerals and stuff in your diet. That's quite normal. Just helps you maintain yourself. Especially if you're fasting, you might want to add a little bit of salt into your water or whatever. Good. And that'll basically just deal with your minerals, because you're not just having glucose from food and energy. You do need certain vitamins in there. Well, not vitamins, I should say minerals, sorry. And things like Himalayan salt, you'll probably get a good amount of that in there. Just enough to keep you ticking over. And you only got to be a little bit, you don't have to get loads. Or you could have like your hummus. That's good for you. We've got a little bit of hummus, sort you out. And so I've been just doing it off and on. I've been experimenting with different things, like a good energy fix is if you eat like a bunch of bananas. Depends on your metabolism, but eating bananas are body quite likes them. And then I just eat a bunch as a kind of might be the meal, or maybe because my energy levels are low, I've done more, because I don't regulate my blood sugar, it's just how you feel really. But with your fasting, yeah, just extend up to midday, so you basically drop breakfast really, and that's just the time of detox and drinking fluids. If your body's working well, it's actually it runs better, because it's basically like it's cleared out, and also you go to the toilet, you weigh less, and all sorts of things associated really. What a star. There you go, let me through. And there we go, way up here. So yeah, basically that works quite well. Oh my god, what's going on here? And I'd advise give it a go yourself. You can stretch up to 2 o'clock, but once you go beyond that, you can get a bit ravenous. Ravenous? Yeah, ravenous. Come back to me. Yeah, basically bloody hungry. Or if you go beyond that, if you go to 5 o'clock, your acids might come up. And I had this thing where I got acid indigestion in my mouth. It felt like I was going to spit my own stomach acid out. It was really, especially when I was driving, I was caught into a traffic jam, and all I could do is taste acid, sort of acidy sensation. It was quite upsetting. So yeah, anyway, this is Pigsy signing off, and speak to you soon.